Hello, I am Jan Butz from the Genealogies of Knowledge Research Network, and this video is the first of an 8-part interactive series entitled Analysing Concepts and Patterns in the Oslo Medical Corpus, provided to you by the Center for Sustainable Healthcare Education at the University of Oslo. In this first video, I will introduce the corpus and explain its purpose. We will also start to explore its contents. On the slide, you can see the title of all videos in this series. You are recommended to watch them in order, but if you're already familiar with the OMC, feel free to jump to a topic of choice. The Oslo Medical Corpus, or OMC, is a large collection of texts related to medicine and healthcare. This theme is broadly conceived because healthcare interacts with a variety of knowledge domains and social practices. Epidemics and pandemics, for instance, became a core public concern during the COVID-19 pandemic, and in the controversies that surrounded the response to the virus, politics and science became inseparable. We can also think of current calls for environmental sustainability and how they shape evolving ideas about the relationship between public and planetary health. On the website of the OMC, you can find an outline of a number of central topic areas that are especially well represented in the corpus. The texts included in the corpus do not only cover diverse themes, they also represent a broad variety of text types and genres. To really understand the relationship between health and environmental sustainability, for instance, we can look at academic books and specialized journal articles, but also at reports produced by international agencies and non-governmental organizations. In recognition of the need to include a broad range of voices and topics, the corpus is constantly growing and already contains millions of words drawn from hundreds of texts. This tells us something about its intended use. A corpus is not just a resource, it is a tool, and it is not meant to be read, it is meant to be analyzed. In the remainder of this video, that's what we will start doing, so please open up a browser window and navigate to the OMC web interface by clicking on the relevant link on the project website. The main interface will show you 3 windows: the concordance, the mosaic, and the metafacet display. We will discuss and use each of them in due course, but for now, we will start with another function called the frequency list. You will find it in a side panel that pops up when you click the menu button, top left of the page. The frequency list can tell you which words are very common in the corpus and how many times they appear exactly. Naturally, the list is topped by words such as and, in, and that, which you need in English to make a coherent statement on anything. When you scroll down, however, you will very quickly start to encounter words such as health, international, infections, and evidence, all of which occur thousands of times. The list thus reflects important topics in the corpus, and it can also tell us something about essential vocabulary items, words that seem to take on central importance in healthcare discourse. If you want to investigate this discursive domain, you can start small. Pick a common word and use the search box to retrieve all its occurrences in the corpus. Let's do this for evidence. When you search for this word, a large number of concordance lines will appear. You can reorder the lines by sorting them alphabetically on a particular position to the left of the right. To do so, use the Sort Position buttons at the top left of the screen. While doing so, you might notice something. On the left-hand side, you often encounter the word body, and on the right-hand side, the word base is very common. A body of evidence is an organic metaphor. Bodies have beating hearts. An evidence base, on the other hand, draws on construction imagery. A base is something you build on. We constantly rely on figurative language to make abstract concepts such as evidence more concrete. We have no problem understanding and producing statements such as a robust and growing body of evidence. Such phrases make use of complex imagery, but we can use them without consciously reflecting on them. In fact, it's almost impossible to mentally access the linguistic patterns we use intuitively. We might have a general notion of what evidence is, but we don't really know how we talk about it, unless we examine linguistic data. This is what a corpus is for, to help you look at language, to identify patterns, and to see how we make meaning in a particular discursive domain. This is not a trivial issue. Discussions about the right way to practice evidence-based medicine or about the need for sustainable healthcare are always in part discussions about what words such as evidence and sustainable mean to different people in different contexts. After finishing this course, you will have a good idea of what the Oslo Medical Corpus is and how it can help you identify and analyze linguistic patterns in healthcare-related texts. To get started, look at the topic areas on the website and at the frequency list. Do you see how both relate to each other? Looking at frequencies is a very basic quantitative operation that can help you familiarize yourself with the scope and content of any particular corpus. Etymologically, corpus means body, and your first task as a corpus researcher is to picture the outline of the body in front of you.